What's going on, guys? King Shrats here, back in the video on the channel, and I am back in the parking lot of Leonards. I said I was going to go back because they ran out of the hot food, or it closed before I got there, is a better way to say it. So I got a bunch of food. It is in this monstrosity of a bag right here, and I spent $99 on this food. We've got a good selection. Leonards has a ton of food, which all looked and smelled really good. Customer service, always like to talk about it. The lady behind the counter was super nice. She made sure she picked out the better looking of the food when I didn't ask her to, and she was very cordial, and I was unfamiliar with how to order stuff, so she walked me through it. Very nice lady, so always nice to hear that kind of stuff. Drop a thumbs up. You guys are ready to know the vibes. I'm just going to get right into this video. As we have done at every single place we've gone to so far, I did get pizza, 2 slices, not a big selection. They cost $2.75, or you can get a meal deal, which was 2 slices with a drink, which I have right here. It is Diet Mid. I don't really like it. I tried it. It tastes like crap. But we got 2 slices. I got a regular cheese slice and a buffalo chicken. They didn't have any like pepperoni or anything like that ready-made. So that is what we have. I'm going to try the... Oh, that looks really not that great. Some people care about the flop, some don't. Cheese pizza. Here we go. Can y'all see that? Yeah, y'all can see that. Cheese pizza. This is really weird. I'm going to take 2 bites. We're going to get the crust. I don't mean this in a bad way. This tastes like the most average of New Jersey pizzeria pizzas that you can get. If I went to a pizzeria and ordered this and paid like $2, $3 for it, I wouldn't be mad at it. It's not great, but the cheese, the crust, it tastes like a New Jersey pizzeria pizza. Not bad at all. Grading this on a curve, because we do that, on that chain pizza scale that we have, I would give this a 7 out of 10. It's really not that bad, and price-wise, not bad at all. And then we have what I think is a buffalo chicken slice of pizza. They kind of messed up on the crust, but I'm not really mad at that. The cheese looks different on this. Let's give it a go. Buffalo chicken. You get a good amount of chicken. It's all chilling on the bottom. It's got a nice sauce to it. And there's definitely like a ranch base to this. This isn't a bad slice at all. I like this better than the cheese for once. The crust one not great though. Then they went ahead and ruined it with that crust bite, which just didn't seem at plan. I'm gonna get one more bite of this. Yeah, the crust on this is worse. So it gets the same score. The base is better, the crust is worse. I will also give this a 7 out of 10. Also got a bucket of party wings. Now I obviously didn't fill it up because I'm just trying them. There's 5 different flavors. They had spicy barbecue. You get the idea. I'm gonna start off with these 2 that are stuck together, which are the spicy wings. Who makes these? This is legitimately that same wing you get from the pizza place when they charge you like $8 for 8 of them, where they're like a little bit spicy, but that same kind of breading kind of taste. I just don't care for these that much, man. I'll give them a 5 out of 10. And I'm guessing they're all sauced with different sauces, but they're like the same wing. So we'll go on to this barbecue version. There's going to be a recurring theme. I almost don't want to do this because it's going to be the same sauce, but we'll try all the sauces. The barbecue is a very tangy, kind of sweet version of barbecue sauce, and it's that same crispy wing that I don't really care for, but I'd rather have this one than the spicy one, so I'll give it a 6 out of 10. I don't remember which one this is. I'm going to be honest with you. It is a chili wing, like a sweet chili wing. And it tastes like the most stock chili sauce that you're ever going to get. Nah, I don't want to be like this. But same thing, 5.5 out of 10. This is going to not be... I hope the rest of the food is better. This is a spicy chili wing that had a sweet and a spicy version. This sauce is a little bit better because it's got a little spice to it. I'd pick this before I picked any of them, but they're still not great. I would give it a 7 out of 10. And then we got a buffalo. Here's your buffalo. I don't like buffalo sauce. My bad. It's just not, it's more salty than anything. When you get the certain types of buffalo sauce that's more hot sauce, doesn't have anything else that's like to it. This just tastes like hot sauce on a wing. I'll give it a 4 out of 10. The bucket was a massive L. But we do have one more, which is the regular crispy wing, which is probably going to be the worst. Immediately, no. I think the flavorless version of the same wing. Yeah, no. I'm going to give that a 1 out of 10. So I'm going to keep it a buck with you. One of the big suggesters of this place, my brother Sam, he's the one that told me to go. He kept saying this. He said this to me for like 3 months straight. You got to go to Stu Leonard's and get the fried chicken. It's amazing. Well, I got the fried chicken. I ordered a 3-piece. The lady was nice as hell, and she gave me 4 pieces, which is a W. I'm a fan of thigh, so I'm going to start with the thigh. The breading looks nice on this, but it doesn't look like there's much like on a seasoning sense, but you never know until you try it. Let's get this nice crispy piece. I hate him, bro. It's good. It's good. It's like very peppery, very crispy. It's good. He's a dick, bro. This is fire. I'm not gonna lie to you. The breading on this, it reminds me of KFC. No joke, like extra crispy, but with a little bit more of a peppery note to it. But I like really peppery, really crispy chicken, and that is exactly what this is. I wanted to say it was trash. Desperately. It's not. It is very good. Like, I would come here just to get this fried chicken. So far, of all the fried chicken I've gotten from any of these places, this is light years ahead and the absolute best. And what does it really is that crispy breading with that peppery note. Again, I'm going to say it every time because I'm just getting it on my brain. It's gas. This is the highest score I've given this one so far on that scale. I'll put it this way. I would eat this as much as I would eat like KFC. Only one, Jollibee and Popeyes is better. Other than that, so far, is this. 9.4 out of 10 on a fast food scale. Fast food in general. So far and away the most expensive thing I got for one shot, I got a half slab of baby back ribs, which came out to $12.09. So a full slab's gonna run you about $25, which is about what you're gonna pay. It was the same at Costco, but theirs definitely looked a lot better than the ones I had at Costco. So here's what they look like. They definitely have a lot of barbecue sauce on them, and there is a smoky smell to this as well, so they might good and hell well be smoked. Oh, they got a piece that just fell off the bone right there. See that? This doesn't look bad. This is way better than Costco. This is, whoa. Stew. Okay, stew. All right, stew. Nah, stew. These are smoked. I can taste the smokiness, and there is a pink smoke ring on these. Look at this. Ooh, I'd have been mad, boy. Look. Look at that. If you're going to get ribs from any of these places, far and away Stu Leonard's. The barbecue sauce isn't great, but I can live with that because the smokiness and the tenderness on this bite, check this. Bite integrity is still there, but it's still tender enough that I can still pull this off the bone. So it's like right in between what people prefer on their ribs. I love these. Oh, man. Yeah, they're smoky, tender. I'm saving these. I'm keeping these ribs. 100%. These ribs are better than some barbecue joints I've had in this area. New Jersey doesn't have great barbecue, but these are better. When I compare it to like best barbecue I've ever had, hell no. But on the scale of these places, this is probably as good as you're going to get. They're not perfect, but they are really good. I'd give these a 9.4 out of 10 on that scale. Okay, they also had a lot of food at their hot bar, which some of it looked really good. This was the mac and cheese that was like missing the most, so I picked it. They had regular 4-cheese mac and cheese, but they also had this, which was bacon 4-cheese mac and cheese, so I had to try that. Now, it said bacon mac and cheese, but this looks like pulled pork mac and cheese to me. So I think they might have mislabeled this. This is definitely pulled pork. So it's pulled pork mac and cheese. Scratch that. I can get down with that. I can get down with that. Very cheesy. The pulled pork is super tender. It's also smoked. They got a smoker in there, 100%. they're using shells. Now, there's a huge layer of cheese. I'm going to be honest with you. This is the best mac and cheese I've had so far. I got this with the ribs and that fried chicken. I'll be well on my way. The pulled pork is good. It's not great. The ribs are better, but it's on that same level. Yeah, I'm down with that too. On this scale, Stu Leonard just pulled into the lead. I'm going to give this a 9.3 out of 10. Also got, okay, it said pasta bolognese on here. This is clearly lasagna. So, I don't know. They might have just been putting stuff out there and didn't change the label. Lots of ricotta cheese. There's genuinely no sauce in here, even when I open it up. So there's no marinara sauce in that. And it's missing something because of that. The top's got a little cheese crust on it, which isn't bad. But for my taste, I like it a little bit more with that balance with the marinara. It doesn't need to be a ton, but there's like genuinely, I can't even really show you, but there's none in here. I'll give it a 5 out of 10. Also got General Tso's meatballs. I just thought it sounded interesting. Got some other jeans. The sauce is a little bit off, and the meatball is a little tough. These are, I don't know if these are frozen meatballs, but they taste like it. And I don't really like them. I'll give it a 4 out of 10. But I will put that sauce on something else and I might like it. Then we got, I never heard this day in my life. Of course, it falls apart, but this is chocolate chip and orange cornbread. What? The texture on that, fire. The chocolate chips, fire. The orange, a little weird. When the orange kicked in, it snapped me out of it a little bit. But if they just got regular chocolate chip cornbread like this, it would be off the chain. Because the texture on this cornbread is like super, I can't believe that's actually good, but it almost eats like a chocolate chip cake. I wish it didn't have that orange in it. I'd give it a much higher score. But even with that, I'm still giving this a 7.5 out of 10. That's pretty good. I also had these chicken bites. This is an orange chicken bite. They did have a little Chinese food part, but they only had this for the hot, like, food bar. Wow. The orange flavor is not bad, but that is dry. Oh, Lord. Ooh. I needed a sip after that. Yeah, it's really dry. Look at that. You can even see the dry in that. I'm not making that up. That's crazy dry. Inedibly dry. So I'm going to give it a 2 out of 10. The sauce is the only thing keeping it from being a 1. And then I'm going to torture myself and try this one too, which is the teriyaki version. Oh, no. Nope. I'm sorry. I can't even bite the top of this. I'm going to have to go to this side. What the? Don't think I'm being extra. This is dry. Give me a second. But I think there is more than likely that one has been sitting out for a while because it just is incredibly dry. Like, you saw, I wasn't trying to be funny. I can't even bite that. Not good at all. I'll give that a 1 out of 10. And I got one more. I got some sides as well as a pork chop. So they had garlic rice, which Filipino people, please don't get excited because it ain't that kind of garlic rice, I'm just going to guess. Also some garlic mash. You can see the garlic there. And then there is a spinach stuffed pork chop. I'm going to start with this mac and cheese. Wow. I'm going to start with these mashed potatoes. Very garlicky. Not much else. But if I put like some salt and pepper on this, I can get down with it. They're very creamy, but there's little lumps of potato in there. I like a little texture to my mashed potatoes, so I'm more of a fan of that. So far, of the mashed potatoes I've had, I still put this second behind Whole Foods, which was the best, but it is very good. On that scale, of course, an 8 out of 10. Then let's move on to this garlic rice. I don't have a spoon because it wasn't in the thing, but garlic rice. They weren't kidding when they said garlic rice. It's like they just poured a little garlic on some rice. The texture on the rice I just think is a little bit old. Not much flavor to it. I'd get the mashed potatoes. I'll give that a 4 out of 10. And then we have this spinach stuffed pork chop. You can see the spinach stuffing right about there. Ah, tough. Really tough. The pork chop doesn't have much flavor, and it's tough. I didn't get the stuffing in that bite, so I'm just going to scoop some out here. I'm still chewing that pork chop. It's tough. No. It just tastes like broccoli. There's like nothing else flavoring it. The spinach somehow tastes like broccoli, which is wild. Yeah. This pork chop I also think is old. Some of the stuff looked too old for me to even get, so I tried to take educated guesses. Pork chop thing, the stuffed spinach, I'm going to give this a 1 out of 10. Like, there's nothing about it that's like redeeming quality of it. I got nothing. Overall, Stu Leonards right now has pulled into a second place finish. I still would put Wegmans above it, but their ceiling was very high. They had a lot of things that I would say were one of the better, if not the best, in their respective categories. What makes Wegmans a little bit better, in my opinion, is that Wegmans didn't have a low floor. I didn't rate anything at Wegmans very low. This got multiple 1s because some of the stuff was old and dry, etc. Even Wegman stuff that was old didn't have that kind of vibe. But I would go back here legitimately for that fried chicken, that mac and cheese, and those ribs time and time again. That made it stand out even more than Whole Foods, in my opinion. So far we've gone to Costco, we have gone to Whole Foods, we have gone to Wegmans, and now we have gone to Stu Leonards. So right now what we are looking at is Wegmans has pulled in, of course, still in first place. Stu Leonards has now pulled into second. Whole Foods is now in third, and I'm sorry, Costco fans, I just wasn't. The food court really isn't much, so you have to be honest about that part. Compared to everything else, Costco's food court doesn't compare. But that's my ranking so far. I like Stu Leonards. I'm going to come back here just for those ribs and that mac and cheese, for real. Like, if I was doing a game day thing, 100%. Next up, Trader Joe's. So we'll be back tomorrow. More content, man. The hand signs, they made it to YouTube.